Please welcome to the stage Mubadala Investment Company Deputy Group CEO and CEO Alternative Investments and Infrastructure, Waleed Al-Mukarrab Al-Muhairi.
Good evening, everybody. Clearly, a podium like this was not made for short people. I hope so. I hope you guys can see me. All right, good evening. I know that almost nobody here is a first-timer, but for those of you that are, welcome to Abu Dhabi. We're so incredibly proud to host everybody here, and we hope that you guys have a productive day and a half. So we're gathered here tonight at the heart of our capital here in Abu Dhabi, and we are unbelievably proud of the achievements of the Emirate to date. In our relatively short history, Abu Dhabi has become the engine of regional growth and obviously a key hub for the UAE economy. We stand at a crossroads of multiple continents. We are well positioned from an access perspective to emerging markets, India, China, certainly Africa, and we in many ways have become the gateway to both investment and growth across these key markets. But Abu Dhabi is more than that. Abu Dhabi is now a knowledge hub. With world-leading academic facilities, we produce more research than we ever have before. Patents are at record highs, both from an academic perspective, healthcare, just industry after industry. We're unbelievably proud of the transformation that we are currently undergoing here in Abu Dhabi. And Mubadala, in many ways, has been a key driver of this diversification and this change. And we're unbelievably proud in helping support the government, our shareholder, in this economic transformation. We are absolutely focused on a day-to-day basis to enable the Abu Dhabi government to thrive through both integrating globally and also making sure that we are part of important supply chains throughout the world. Allow me to elaborate a little bit more about the institution that I work for, Mubadala. So today, most of you know, we operate in more than 50 countries across 15 or 16 different sectors. We manage in excess of $225 billion of assets under management that have come as a result of 2 different mergers over the last year and a half. The size and scale and depth of Mubadala today enables us to do things that in the past we were really unable to do. As part of our overarching strategy, not only are we the Mubadala that most of you remember from 5, 6, maybe even 10 years ago, where we were generally investors not only in industrial assets like EGA and, of course, mainstay assets like Dolphin Energy, but today Mubadala is a little bit different because today we have a deep tech portfolio. We're branching out into life sciences, biotech. We have investments in agribusiness. And so what we do is we always try and find those areas where we believe we can get the best risk-adjusted return while also remaining true to our mandate. I'm pleased to say that very, very soon, you will get hopefully a little bit more detail behind the headlines that most of you have seen over the last day and a half from my good friend Musabbah Al-Ka'bi, the CEO of our petroleum and petrochemicals practice, who of course has just announced a huge, huge deal. Not quite as big as the Aramco bond book, but still a big deal in its own right, one that we are incredibly proud of. During tomorrow's forum, we know there's going to be a lot of interesting discussion about how technology is impacting business, about regional issues. And one thing that I think everybody knows is that not a single sector is immune to technological disruption. And obviously, Mubadala is trying to be an active participant in that space. We've been an active investor in technology since the earliest of days, so since inception. But today, we're really trying to do that across a few important themes. So for us, we're really trying to understand not just about how we can invest in deep technical areas like artificial intelligence and so on and so forth. Those are areas that I think everybody is looking at, and we understand how transformative they are. But from our perspective, the way that we think about technology is how is technology going to create value in the industries that we know best? So for example, as we think about oil and gas, as we think about Emirates Global Aluminum, as we think about our aerospace manufacturing capability, and as we think across the entire gamut of what Mubadala is all about, to me, I would put out there that the greatest opportunities that we see are those that marry technology and disruption in some of these older sectors. This is where we think the real value is going to be created. We launched a ventures arm, which is currently headquartered in San Francisco, We launched it towards the end of 2017, and we've begun engaging in early-stage startups a little bit more than seed, so I would call it early growth. And the reason is because we want to do so with an eye to capturing some of the technology and thinking about how that can be applied to some of the other companies within our portfolio and therefore create more opportunities for disruption. None of this is possible, and you've heard me say this many, many times, and we're remarkably consistent from a messaging perspective. None of this is possible without partnership. And so across virtually every single one of the partnerships investments that we have, the key defining characteristic is that both sides, Abu Dhabi through Mubadala and whoever our partner may be, sitting across the table, join hands to not only create value, but oftentimes do something that hasn't been done before. And we're unbelievably proud to be part of that story. Progress like this is also a reflection of Abu Dhabi's attractiveness as an investment destination. We've seen the UN in 2018, through the Investment Promotion Agency, ranking the Emirates as 13th globally in the most promising home economy for investment rankings. We are focused on making Abu Dhabi as competitive as possible, and of course being part of a wider UAE that is progressive, tolerant, advanced, and certainly sustainable. With that said, I'm sorry that I'm standing between you and dinner. Thank you very much. Enjoy the next day and a half, and I look forward to seeing most of you tomorrow. Thank you.